Oh boy. They're coming. Morning everybody. Chad, Doss Farms. Hang on a minute. Excuse me, ma'am. Okay. So, Chad, why are you breathing so hard? Oh yeah. So that brings me to a good point. Yesterday, and where we're headed today. If you're new here, it's always this crazy. Morning, buddy. You know a little honey on there? S'morio. If you're new here, welcome and howdy. If you're old here, welcome and howdy. We had the survey done, and yeah, we got some things to talk about. This 40 acres looks a little bit different after getting a survey done. But we are going to still be moving. Nothing like that. Just need to show you some things that we discovered. But then we walked it with Jeremiah yesterday and Isaiah, our fence guys from JW Welding, and they are ecstatic. They're going to get started. I don't know. I just paid for the steel to build the fence. Like, I just called Superior in Carthage, Missouri, paid for the steel, and we're going to go out and meet Jeremiah and show you guys a couple more things. But the fence, the 10 acres we originally talked about, now that the survey's done, is happening. As you watch this, and probably all weekend, it's happening, which is super cool. Now, there's 20 acres out here, but there's no grass. Nobody has grass right now below zone 7, I wouldn't think. Even though they're gonna go from 20 to a 10 acre pasture with hay and grain, they'll be just fine. I'm not sure, I think the cows will move first. The alpacas will move second. The goats and Izzy may move sooner rather than later. I might get some of that electric fencing from like Premier or Gallagher and may get them set up ASAP because they don't need near the room. We can put the goats in like makeshift cattle panels, something like that. But remember, you can also put 6 alpacas on 1 acre. Chickens! I love chickens, man. And stand by, we're still working on that coop. Still working on it, cowboy. Get it, buddy. You excited about the coop? Says nope. I'm excited about some honey grain though. CJ, man, everybody said he's getting huge. He is. Now he's got a long ways to go. There's not, ain't much girth there, but he is tall, that's for sure. Bunny's looking good. Hi, young lady. Tipsy. Frank. June bug. Butters. Finn. Sunny. All right, let's see if the chickens want some of their own young. I mean eggs. Eggs, not young. I think they do. Chickens are funny, man. I don't know what closed caption said when I referred to what we're gonna do with this coop. But I said this a couple of videos ago. This is a $6,000 to $7,000 coop. We've decided to downscale. We don't want a $6,000 to $7,000 coop. Hey, that's a lot of eggs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a lot of eggs, ladies. But we will have the same amount of birds. So we're not going to miss out on eggs. I just don't need this big of a coop. We just don't, Shmorio. We don't. We're going to be downsizing, which I'm excited about. It's a cute little coop. And here's the kicker. I can't move that. I can't move it. Now I love that where it's at, but at the new property, 80% trees, 20% pasture, I may decide to move the coop at some point. And I don't want to have to call, phone a friend to do that. So that's why we're going to downsize a little bit and get a coop we can move with the tractor. So, because we can always add on, you know what I mean? You can always add on. Already got one that's pretty big and you can't move it, and you got to know where you're going to put it for possibly the rest of your farming life on day one. That's not easy. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Okay, listen up. I know they're eating on the ground. You don't have to tell me. I got eyeballs. But this is chicken scratch, not cow food. But CJ and Tipsy get a little jealous sometimes, and they'd like to know how to lay eggs. And apparently the goats too. So, that scratch is just too sweet to pass up, I'm sure. And so they like to go over there and just gonna pretend that didn't happen. That scratch is basically just gonna give them the Hershey squirts. Let's call it like we see it. But they won't be able to eat near as much. They can't get that low to the ground. They're big faces and big noses. So the chickens will come through and clean that up after a bit. Try something this morning. See if I can get up here close enough. Un momento. Okay, I got it. Whew, I got it. ReoLink is a sponsor of our channel, longtime sponsor. That is a cell phone powered. I'll leave it down below. And apparently we're gonna need 4-wheel drive. Ruh-roh, Raggy. There we go. ReoLink, longtime sponsor of the channel. I'm excited, man. We're headed to the new property. I'm excited. They've sent us these brand new cameras. We sadly lost 3 of them in the fire. They're being redelivered, all that good stuff. And then we're getting some new ones for the new property that run off Wi-Fi and battery, solar powered. I'm not sure, I haven't looked into it, but they have this awesome tracking feature. Now, I'm gonna take this one with the permission of the people we're buying the house from, which I don't think it'll be an issue. You'll know. If you don't see this part of the video, they said no. But I'm gonna put this on a part of the property where we can't see the house, can't see them. I just wanna see if there's any critters out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hide this in the woods. Because yesterday, and I'm hoping to be able to show you a little bit today, yesterday Jeremiah and I and Isaiah, we walked the whole property. We mapped out where we're gonna put our fencing, and I may draw that up for you at some point, but we went to parts of the property that I assure you, no one has touched that land in years, because they didn't utilize this land for farming. They use it a lot for hunting, and there's a couple trails, they got 4-wheelers, they got side-by-sides, but there are places in the middle of this property that I assure you they have not touched, and it was super cool. So pretty slick. We get home, get Miss Ray, and we'll see you here in a minute. Morning, Boo. You're welcome. So we had the survey done.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing we waited on the survey.
Before fencing?
Yeah. Yep. It's a real good thing.
Yeah.
Because whoever ran this field fence, which runs along the east side of the property, weaved and bobbed a lot. So there's an old fence down, and I know some people are going to talk about like eminent domain and things like that. Well, if that fence has been there for this, I don't know who put this fence in. I don't know where it came from, but it's at least 30, 40 years old. Eminent domain, also, the fence has to keep in livestock. Like, you have to keep maintaining it. You can't just, it's, for all intents and purposes, it's just laying on the ground. It's not a fence.
I don't think...
We own part of it, they own part of it, we own part of it, they own part of it for 1,320 feet. And it's like, in some areas, it's like 30 feet on the wrong side.
I bet nobody even knows or cares.
No.
To be honest.
Well, and what Jeremiah was saying, and we checked the legalities and things like that. What Jeremiah was saying, who's our fence guy, who does this for like hundreds of acres and thousands of acres on ranches and companies and things like that. He said, which is pretty true, nobody's ever complained about a free fence and a brand new fence. So it's not like I'm asking anybody to pay for it. We're paying for it, and it's going to be beautiful. And honestly, I know Tipsy's really pretty, but I doubt our neighbor wants her on her back porch.
Yeah.
So we're doing everybody a favor by putting in a fence. But let me show you some things. I'm gonna walk around and talk.
Okay.
You wanna come with?
No.
Okay.
I'm not in the right shoes.
You got your boots.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Do you want them or no?
No.
She still ain't going. But man, it's beautiful, isn't it?
It is.
It's like, well, I don't know. It says 1 degree. That can't be right. It's probably like 50 degrees, 10 o'clock in the morning. But you guys have seen this. This is the start of what's going to be a 10-acre pasture right here. Jeremiah's going to start up here. He'll be here in a little bit. He's actually going to pick up the metal for like the H braces, the corner brace. I guess that'd be a 45. And he's going to build us an entrance right here that'll be offset the road, probably 40 feet. That way we can turn in with a trailer and a truck and not stop traffic. But yeah, let me show you. So here's the fence. And there's actually an orange T-post right there, but that has nothing to do with the property line because the property line's way over there. But, when we first saw that, we were a little bit concerned. But if you start walking in here, I don't know how far I'll get, but I'll show you. You got to trust me. But right here, I know where that property marker, come on. I know where it looks like it's at, and you were like, Chad, the fence was just over there. But if we come down, trust me, now I'm back on the line. And if we keep going, it gets even more off track. No fault of their own. Whoever ran this field fence, it just weaves in and out, and they used some of the trees for the bracing, if you will. This is going to be a pasture. We're actually going to come in. I'll see if I can share Jeremiah's drawing. But here's the plan. We're going to come in 450 feet, and then we're going to go that way 800 feet. The reason we're only going 450 this way and not 660 by 660, because that's like a square 10. The reason we're not doing that is as you get about 500 feet in this way, there's quite a ravine. It's really pretty, but you don't want to do that. It'll just take longer, and there's really no point. We don't need a perfect square. I mean, I told Jeremiah, I don't even care if it's, do I have to hold still when I talk, or can you still hear me with all the leaves? But I told Jeremiah, I don't care if it's 9.8 acres. I'm just after a 10-acre pen where I can put a bunch of animals with horns. But you can see here, I know the camera doesn't help me, but I'm just showing you, this is why it's super important to wait on a survey. Kyle Doss. But 10 years ago, I wouldn't have waited. I'd have called Jeremiah and we'd have run it right along this fence line, and I'd have been half on this side, half on my side. But I've learned. So anyway, this comes right here and it starts curving that way. Because you can tell this tree was not that big years and that's kind of cool. I don't know, it's got a pimple or something. But man, we've got some really cool features to the property too. We've seen a lot. There's a lot of dead wood, dead timber. Like Mr. W was telling me, this property, a burn would do this property wonders, absolute wonders. What would also help is my brush hog can actually handle some of that. So we're going to make this work. We're going to take it slow. We will only put animals out here if they've got food, if they've got water, which we will figure out this summer. But I hope I can put that picture of that map on here. I don't think Jeremiah's going to care. But we actually found kind of a trail that Mr. W had cut for like a side-by-side or a skid steer. And it's kind of nice. It comes off the road and winds. And this is why we went with an 800 by 450. It actually winds towards where you would want to gate to access this pasture if you were coming from the house instead of the road. So super cool. He's gonna, I don't know if he's starting today, Jeremiah, but technically he is, because he's at least going to get material. Uh-oh. Someone died right here. Feather, 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 feather. Yeah. More feathers. The guy that did our survey this week is Landmark Surveying. And I'm going to link him down below because I clarified that was okay. And he actually quartered this for us. Quarter. Okay, so see, here's a perfect. I've been walking in a straight as line as I can. But let me show you something. We're only 250 feet in. Remember, we're going to go 400. Sorry, I had to take a phone call. Jeremiah just called and he's on his way. But yeah, I've been walking in a semi-straight line, as straight as I can. And I wouldn't veer 30 feet. I might veer 6, maybe 10, but I'm just following the fence. I'm not like jumping all over. But this is the fence right here. You would think that this is straight, but wait. See the fence? See the fence? Wait for it. Guess where the property line is? Is it in that mess of trees? Nope. It's way over there. Look at that. Oh my goodness, man. Every bit of like 40 feet off. No, I heard an oink. That's a dog. You guys might be able to hear it. I heard a pig, man. I do have means to stop that pig. And I know what it takes to handle a pig. Trust me, I'll stop it. Let me rephrase. I heard something that sounded like a pig. So there's that. But yep, our goal is to see how far the fence is. Look at that. It's way over there. Way over there. There's the property. So, which is good because I don't have to mess with that big old tree. You can see here it starts to go down. We've got a little incline. By the way, what would make S's in the leaves? Is that like armadillo? Squirrels? I know squirrels don't run in a pattern like that, but this is something dug right here. But yesterday we found like S's everywhere. Yeah, look at this little clearing down here. Look how pretty. So pretty. So you can see, I mean, there's work to do. But here's what you got to keep in mind, and most of you have. Nobody's actually even mentioned anything yet about all the work to do. Longhorns and Highlands, especially Longhorns, love this brushy stuff. You do not need for a Highland, I'm still actively listening for noises. You do not need fescue for Highlands or Longhorns for that matter. They like the roughage. We've got some growth. I mean, it's not, this is clear. There's not much canopy right here. See that? That's pretty expansive, but this stuff, I can come back here with my brush hog and take care of this stuff with ease. With ease. But I'm just walking. I don't have sleeves on. I'm not worried about thorns and getting jabbed. And he quartered it, so we've gone another 330 feet. So, but again, there's the fence. But that's totally okay. That's on her side. Our fence is going to be way over there. So we don't have to mess with tearing that out. Interestingly enough, I was on the old Facebook Marketplace last night looking for four-wheelers. And I almost, because Ray wasn't awake, so I wouldn't do it without talking to her. Even though she bought Oscar without talking to me, but that's a different story. Oscar was also like a couple $100. Side by side, a little more of an investment. Right now, as it sits, there is no point in having a side by side out here. You couldn't go anywhere. There's no way. So we just need to get, we need a good, reliable four-wheeler that won't stop. And somebody said, by the way, when I was talking about four-wheelers for Case and Ray and, Ray to take Carter or Adler out, somebody was like, you don't need a the boys can find their way back. Them boys ain't gonna be out here by themselves. Are you nuts? Well, back in my day, well, listen, it's not back in your day anymore. Spiderweb Ninja. That was a big one. Whew. That's what I get for not being nice. But I was just replying to some of the comments. The boys will not be down here by themselves. Case, sure, not worried about it. Knows how to use one of them pig stopping things. Not worried about it. But the creek, no. I ain't got any business. No, grown men don't have a business being in a creek when it's flowing like that. Now, I know there's just some, what I have to do, what it boils down to is, when we moved to the 20 acres, we could see everything. This is different, and it's twice the size. We just need, I need the boys to learn and understand that everything out here can hurt you. Whether you're trying to hulk up on moving a round bale by hand, or whether you're just walking through the woods. See this right here? There's a lot of ground cover. This is a great hunting property, amazing hunting property. There's a lot of ground cover, and these leaves hide, well, first off, they hide snakes, and they also hide loose rocks. So you're walking along in your certified hiking boots, and oh no. Oh, we just take it slow. It'll be all right. But I believe right here, no, it was at the crest of that hill. That's about 450 where he's going to go straight that way. So, super excited. But I can tell nobody has been back here for a long time. So, who knows what we'll find out here, man. I thought moss grew on the north side of trees only. Look at all that moss. On the south side, Boy Scouts don't know, or whoever came up with that, I have no idea. I'm also very careful of deadfalls. Yeah. So when Jeremiah gets here, we'll talk a little bit more about his plan. That's all the further I'm going to go into it today, like that way, into the property. But what he's going to do, first things first, he's going to clear the right-of-ways where the fence is going to go. So all the way around the property, he's going to take his skid steer and his mulching head on the skid steer, and he's going to make like a 10 to 12 foot wide path so that he can pull wire with his four-wheeler and get us a nice big perimeter fence. Going to do that 10 acres up top, so we got a place to put the animals real quick if we want to. Just super excited, but by the time I get up there, Ninja, by the time I get up there, he'll probably be here. We can talk a little bit more. Yeah. So Dave, Scott, Jeff, what do you want to go by?
Dave.
Witness protection? Okay. He's not in Whip Pro. All right. What's it called? Battle axe?
It's a battle axe mulcher.
That's what you're bringing?
Yep.
Oh man. Can I take a spin on it?
Oh yeah.
Once or twice?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Everybody's got to have
Put
fun.
me on the ticket for just tearing something up.
Just don't tear the teeth up there.
No. But yep, you guys know Jeremiah. This is not Isaiah, as I said in one video. Jeremiah and Dave, and they're going to get started. We got a little rain coming. It's not like heavy rain. We got a little rain coming this weekend, but You think you might be able to set posts
potentially tomorrow? Get some frontage.
So look what we got here. So what's that, like 3,000 in material, roughly. But we've got braces. We've got two big old heavy duty gates. And what else? And I was going to clarify, I can show that picture we drew up, right?
Yeah.
You don't care. He drew it. It's easy. You're the artist.
Yep.
So they're gonna see your work here, but no, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna start right here. What was I gonna say? Oh, it was a terrific thing we waited on the survey.
Yes, absolutely.
It was terrific.
Good idea.
And we did, not that we're lawyers or whatever, but I also confirmed with somebody who could address a eminent domain issue.
Yep.
We did look into it, and like a fence has to hold livestock. You have to be maintaining it. And that fence has been down. How old do you think that is?
Like 40, 50-year-old fence, I'd say.
Yeah. So it's a very, very old fence. Likely whoever owned this also owns that. I don't know. I haven't confirmed, but they just ran it through the trees like anybody would. We'll just have to be real careful if we saw one down. Not to, the mulcher will be fine. We wouldn't take down a tree that big, but chainsaw blade, man, people using fencing or trees as posts. That's terrible on a chainsaw blade, but that's why we're going to use his chainsaw.
Yep.
So I told you guys ReoLink, they've sponsored the channel for a long time. We're going to hang I'm not even sure what it's called. It's one of their best cameras they make. And we're going to hang a camera and aim it at the trailer. So I'll show you guys all that good stuff. But first day on the job, Dave. First day. We just painted those, man. Sucker rod.
Heck yeah.
Gates. So they build these over at Superior?
Yep.
Okay.
Superior does a very great job for me.
Perfect.
Highly recommend them.
We'll give them a shout out. Do they have any idea? Probably not.
I told them a little bit about it.
Okay. We'll give them a shout out. What was the guy's name? Josh? That's who I paid.
Josh and Caleb at Superior Steel Sales.
Perfect. All right.
Yep.
We'll tag them down below if anybody's in the area. Are those the beds? Those are the boys' mattresses.
Is there mattresses?
Yep.
Yes.
Look at that wiener. Earlier he jumped on me.
I know.
Went for the jugular.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. It scared me too, man. Pretty excited. So we got all the metal. Everything's surveyed. Everything's ready to go. Jeremiah is starting tomorrow morning. How cool is that?
The pipe is out there.
It's out there.
It's actually out there.
Yeah.
So there's material out there.
That was a pretty real feeling.
He's ready to go.
And we ordered 15 rolls of barbed wire. We may not need all of it, but if you order 15, you get a discount, like 10% off for bulk. So we ordered 15 rolls of barbed wire, which I think we're going to need probably 11 was his estimation to get all the way around the property.
It's crazy. And we have a final walkthrough tomorrow, which I'm sure you've said.
I haven't actually.
Oh.
So remember, we have the TRR, which is, I thought it was treat, repair, or replace, but it's like timely repair and something fancy. But anyway, there were some things that we needed fixed before we move in, and we go tomorrow to final inspect them
Final walkthrough
at 10 a.m.
of the home. Make sure everything's done, fixed that we want.
And prayers for, not that we haven't said prayers for Mr. and Mrs. W, but they're friends of ours, and they're excited about their new adventure, and whatever, but they're still leaving a home. They're still leaving a home that their kids, they've seen them go from, I don't want to say young kids, but 10, 12 years old to high schoolers.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference between a 6th grader and a 10th grader. So, but they're moving this weekend, and they've got some friends helping them, and I'd offer our trailer, but it is full. I'm not even sure the door will open.
We're moving too.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we're excited. But prayers for them. They're getting ready to. Do we tell people they're getting ready to brave it in an RV because they're going to build their house like they built this one we're buying.
Yeah, so this is going to be their second time in an RV temporarily while they build their house. And she posted today, she was like, I guess there's no one else I'd rather argue with daily. You know, and building another house 6 years ago, I told myself I'd never do this again.
This is Mr.
But
and
here
Mrs.
we
W,
are.
yeah.
Yeah, so, but they're getting ready for a really, really, really big adventure themselves. So.
And they're excited about it, but everything is bittersweet because they're not going from a home to a finished home. They're going from a home to an RV, then to a finished home. But
back to the RV.
But Mrs. W, and we need to get them on here eventually, but she is excited because
maybe we'll during closing, maybe Tuesday's video or something. Just
possible, yeah.
Yeah.
But they this house is kind of decorated one way. It's kind of a, not that you can only do farmhousey, but you couldn't do like modern contemporary furniture in there.
Yeah, like something.
So she's excited to do something different.
White, marbled, or you know what I mean? Like that wouldn't look good in that house. But she's going a completely different direction where she doesn't want wood on the walls. She's doing like shiplap, and she's really excited. And I'm excited for her, and I can't wait to see.
So
I can't wait to see their house.
Should be pretty cool. But that's all we know. We've got, literally there's boxes everywhere. I don't think we can even close the video inside right now. Boxes of new stuff, good stuff. Anyway, yeah, prayers for all involved and prayers for Jeremiah. You know, he's a master of his craft, if you will. But he is going to be running a welding rig and cutting wheel and cut saw, whatever you want to call it. And what'd you buy today?
Table?
Yeah.
We found a dining table.
We
dining
did.
room table.
We actually found one we really liked.
Well, yeah.
That a family with 3 boys should not buy.
Or should, because it's super sturdy and hardy. Just kidding.
It was way too much money to have, to be honest.
It was expensive.
It was very expensive. We didn't know that when we went in. I mean, we knew it was more upbeat.
I mean,
what's the word?
We fell in love with it. We loved it. But it was worth the expense. But
Correct.
are we going to pay the expense? No.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's worth the expense, but we don't need that by any means. And we found one that wasn't very expensive at all.
And
I was very relieved.
It doesn't stop at 9 feet. It goes to 10 feet.
It's a 10-foot table. Yeah, it's got 2 leaves.
Yeah, it goes to 10 feet. So.
Pretty excited. We'll make them wait to see it though.
Yeah. But that was the last thing on our list.
That was the last thing that we need to just function and live and
last big thing. I want like a coffee bar or a hutch or something in the kitchen, but we'll get
Right. We need like accent furniture. Like we need end tables, coffee table,
yes, that we do
stuff like that. But we didn't have a place to sit and eat other than the bar around the sink.
Now we all have bedroom furniture. We have couches.
Mm-hmm.
We have a table to eat on. Yeah, I think we're good.
And Mr. and Mrs. W, I think, are leaving an outdoor table for us.
Yes.
So
we found all our stuff before we move in, so it should all be there when we move in.
it's all being delivered.
We don't have to wait on anything. Oh my gosh.
We even have somebody bringing us
guys!
We have somebody bringing us seasoned firewood.
That's true. I'm so excited.
And the company that installed the fireplace is sweeping the chimney.
Yes.
The night we move in.
Yeah. We really don't have to really wait on anything.
No, everything's being delivered.
We had to order furniture and stuff, but we managed. We did it.
We did.
I'm just now realizing this.
With like 3 days to spare. I wasn't that worried about it.
I wasn't really either, I guess, because I haven't really thought about it until just now, but yeah, we did pretty good.
Cool. You excited, Oscar?
Ready for it to be done.
Absolutely. Well, all right. We're going to let you guys go on that note, and we'll see you Saturday. I'll try and get some footage tomorrow, the final walkthrough. List that a lot of their boxes are being moved out this weekend, so like I don't want to walk through and film that stuff, but I'm sure we get a good view off the back porch or something they haven't seen yet, or the front porch. So,
yeah, we'll...
to put into Saturday's video.
Oh yeah, we'll film a little tomorrow. Okay.
All right. With that said, y'all be good. Don't work too hard. Don't make it weird.
Oscar's about to fall asleep.
God bless. Deuces.